Hi, I'm Angie Flynn, the science teacher here at Nativity for middle school. I spent the last summer working at 3M with 30 other teachers in the labs there, and it really gave me an idea of what employers are wanting our kids and what skills they want them to have in STEM areas. In 7th grade this year, we have biology, life science. I graduated with a biology degree, so this is where I kick it out of the park. I really love biology and living things, and I'm hoping we're able to dissect this year. I'm still trying to figure out what dissecting looks like when we have COVID restrictions. But that's huge. The kids always remember the worm or the frog they dissected.
Hello families, this is Laura Mellenhecker. I'll be teaching 7th grade Spanish again this year. This is my 19th year at the school. We'll continue with the Red Book. We started this last year and we'll be doing review out of it for the first few weeks of school, and then eventually this year we'll get into the Blue Book. Students currently know how to do some short sentences. We'll keep adding into their vocab, adding in more parts of speech. Students will learn more of the family vocab, party vocab, going into how to do different chores in Spanish, some stem changing verbs, and then working into different clothing. Thank you.
Hello, my name is David Long. I am the language arts teacher for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade this year. I'm entering my 11th year here at Nativity and my first year in middle school. Previously, I taught 3rd grade for 3 years, and for the last 7 years, I had been in 5th grade. Nativity is a very special place for me. I went to school at Nativity from 3rd through 8th grade, where I felt such a strong sense of community the entire time I was here. And when I became a teacher, I knew that there was really only one school I wanted to work at, and I'm so lucky to be able to call this my teaching home. Here at Nativity, we have such an amazing group of students, parents, teachers, and I know we will all work together this year to make it a great year. In my classroom, I believe it's important to create a culture that promotes a positive learning environment where students feel comfortable to challenge themselves and always work to continue to improve. I also believe it's really important to create strong, positive relationships from the very beginning of the year. So one of my goals at the beginning of the year is to make that connection with every single student in every classroom I walk into. I'm so excited to teach many of these students again that I had in 5th grade and see how they've changed and kind of continue those wonderful times we had together a few years ago. And I'm also super excited. We have so many new students, and I can't wait to get to know them and work with them in the classroom. This year in language arts, we'll be learning to improve our reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. And while this year presents a challenge to the different teaching styles I've grown accustomed to, I look forward to finding new and innovative ways to get those state standards across to the students in ways that we've never done before, and I think it will be great. In 7th grade language arts this year, we will be using the Savas literature curriculum, formerly known as Pearson. Some of you may be familiar with that, where we will be learning lots of different reading strategies, writing strategies, and speaking and listening strategies. Much of the work that we do in those books is learning them and then putting them into practice and some assessments. And then we'll be taking those skills that we've been practicing in the literature books and applying them when we read novels in class as well. The plan is to read some in class and have a lot of independent reading as well, so the students can practice those skills on their own. I am very excited to work with all of your students in language arts this year.
Hello, I'm Mr. Belfi, and I'm the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math teacher here at Nativity this year. I am also new to Nativity, and already I have felt so welcomed. Nativity of Mary has such an amazing community, from the faculty, the students, the families, and all of them have welcomed me with open arms and embraced me as a part of their family. If I haven't met you yet, I hope to do so soon. In 7th grade math this year, our students will either be using the Envision Math 2.0 workbook or the Envision Math Algebra 1 textbook. Both textbooks lay out algebra steps, the Minnesota State standards on algebra. So they're all going to be working on figuring out equivalent expressions, solving equations, understanding the difference between linear equations versus more complex like quadratic. And so this should be a fun year with new concepts that way. We're also going to be trying to push more organized notes this year in math. So that means they're going to have table of contents, they're going to have some interactive notes, some personalized notes, and some just broad notes following along with me up front. Overall, I'm excited for the school year. Thank you.
My name is Damon Fitzgerald. I will be teaching your 7th grader U.S. history this year. It's my first year at Nativity and my first year teaching. My previous career was in technology sales, most recently at Microsoft Corporation. My wife and I raised 2 beautiful daughters, but they're both mostly grown now. My younger daughter is a college freshman, and so that makes us kind of empty nesters. Social studies has always been a passion of mine, and I'm really looking forward to sharing that passion with your students. We'll be using this textbook this year, A History of the U.S., and following state standards for U.S. history. So that focuses on citizenship and government. It focuses on geography and economics. And of course, we'll be focusing a great deal on U.S. history. I'm looking forward to a wonderful year together. Thanks.
Hello, dear parents of our Nativity 7th graders. My name is Sister Fabiola Valdeiglesias.
And I'm Sister Laura Halopchinsky. And we belong to the religious community of Pro Ecclesia Sancta. And we are very happy to be teaching middle school religion at Nativity this year.
That's right, sister. It's a great joy for us to be able to share the beauty of our Catholic faith with each one of the middle schoolers and to walk with them in this journey of faith as they grow in knowledge of our Lord, but also as they grow in their relationship with Him.
Yes, so we'll be meeting with the 7th graders each week twice on Tuesdays and Fridays. We always begin every class with a prayer to entrust ourselves and our intentions to God, and then we begin diving into the content, which is by using this book called Spirit of Truth, with this year's theme for 7th graders, which is Living as a Disciple of Christ.
This year's curriculum for 7th grade includes 4 different units, where your child will learn about the importance and dignity of human life, the message of Jesus in the Gospels, and the importance of sacraments and prayer life.
We invite you to accompany your child on this journey of faith through religion class this year. We know that the middle school years are crucially important for the faith of your child, and so your interest and encouragement for them to learn about God, to grow deeper in their relationship with Him, will be so helpful.
God is reaching out to us at every stage of our lives. So it's our hope and our prayer that not only your child grows closer to God during this year, but you and your whole family.
Anything you need, please reach out to us by email at pes@nativitybloomington.org.
Please know that you count on our prayers. God bless you.
Hi everyone, my name is Teresa Prusha. This is my 21st year here at Nativity. This year I will be 6th grade advisory for room 116. I will also be working with the Positivity Project and spending time in the library trying to get books out to your students. Please look for information on that at a later date. Thank you.
Hi, this is Mrs. Flynn again, and I get to talk about discipline. What we're using this year again is something that will help lift up the kids and help them change their behavior after something is taken away from our educational experience in the room. What we use is a PIP, which is a personal improvement plan. PIPs are given for different things. This is not an exhausted list of things, but if you're chewing gum, you'll get a PIP. If you're repeating, talking, and blurting out in class, you get a PIP. Teachers usually try to remind kids first, and then remind them again, and third strike is when you get the PIP. So we're not going to go directly to a PIP unless it's very egregious. And they will fill this out at home that night, and it will just say what they did, What effect did my behavior have on learning and on the learning of others? And what will I do differently next time? And what should I have done this time? And then you'll sign it, the parents, and then the student will sign it, and this will be turned in the next day. Also, on the day of the PIP, the teacher will send you an electronic copy of what happened so you're informed about it. And if this doesn't make it home, you can just print it off by yourself and do all the signing there. 3 PIPs goes into detention. Last year we only had 2 detentions served. Detention's a 45-minute slot of time after school with a teacher. No homework can be done. And last year when I had detention hall, we went and cleaned up the church. So a lot of times it's just activities to help the school or the church. Thank you.
Hello. For middle school, we do have 7 different classes that a student would have each day. Most of them are the same classes each day, but a couple of them rotate. Here's an example of the 6th grade schedule. Students would start out with specialists, rotating between music and phys ed. My class would have Spanish next, and then have religion or positivity project or art. Art is always on Wednesdays, religion always Tuesday and Fridays, and the positivity project on Mondays and Thursdays. Then they would have social studies. Going into lunch and recess, we do give students 20-minute recess even in the middle school. Language arts would follow, science, and then math. We end with advisory at the end of the day, which is a great way to just have a closing meeting for the day and talk about what is due for the next day or any upcoming events that week.
Along with being the middle school language arts teacher, I also help run the technology program here at Nativity. And technology plays a very important role in the learning process with our students here at Nativity. For students in grades 6, 7, and 8, each student will receive a Chromebook that they will use during the school day, but also are able to take home with them, which is a big responsibility and one that we help the students with, but it's also very good practice and to help learn those responsibility skills. One of the main things with the technology is we expect the students to charge their Chromebooks at home. So if there is help that can be done at home, we want to discourage the idea that they can charge it here at school. We want to put that responsibility on the students. If things happen, we'll make exceptions, but we're really pushing that students charge them at home and come ready to school with a Chromebook with full battery that will help them throughout the day. This year also, something new is we are implementing a website called Schoology, and what this is going to do is take the place of kind of Educate and Google Classroom and put it all into one place. So Schoology will be the main place where the teachers and students will be able to do lessons. So assignments will be passed out through Schoology, and their students will be able to see all of the assignments that they have for the week. If they have any late assignments, all of that will be populated in Schoology. Also, student or teacher calendars and school calendars will be on there, and our grade book will be through Schoology. So for those parents looking to keep track of students' assignments and stuff, that will be through Schoology and not Educate this year. All Educate will be used for is taking attendance every day and the final report cards at the end of each trimester. As of right now, teachers are still getting used to using Schoology, so the parent portal is not open yet. But after the first couple weeks of school, we will open that up to parents, and you'll be able to monitor how your students are doing. If you have any questions now, or if students seem to be missing work, teachers will be reaching out to you, so you won't be in the blind. And we're really excited to use Schoology this year. And once we send out that information to parents that it is open, there will be some information on how to use it as well. So we're really excited to continue to use all the wonderful technology tools here at Nativity. And if students have any questions or if their Chromebook isn't working, feel free to come talk to me and I will help them with that. And it'll be another great year here at Nativity.
I know I've only been part of the Nativity community for a few weeks, but During that time, one word keeps coming to mind. The word is extraordinary. Yeah, COVID-19 has made this an extraordinary time, but we have also put extraordinary precautions in place to keep everyone healthy and safe. Nativity has an extraordinary middle school teaching team, 100% dedicated to ensuring your student has a wonderful learning experience. And of course, we have the privilege of spending every day with your extraordinary kids. We can't wait to make this an extraordinary year together.